Hi. To our beloved Mayor, the Honorable Dear Miguel L. Benitez, to our Vice Mayor, soon to be Mayor, the Honorable Jude P. Bantu, to our dear councilors who are present this morning, to our dear department heads, to our punong barangays, our SK chairman, the descendants of our Victoria Sanon Bataan March heroes, to our members of the DepEd family, our dear city employees, men in uniform, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today we are celebrating a very important day in Philippine history. Not only that today we celebrate the valor, patriotism, bravery, and heroism of our forebears who fought so that today we enjoy freedom. But we also honor and remember today the sacrifices, the sufferings, the lives lost because of the atrocities of the Bataan Death March in World War II, which in a way paved the way and became the process of the independence that we enjoy today. It was the very day on April 9, 1942, some 83 years ago, when, against the instructions and orders of General MacArthur and of course Lieutenant General Jonathan Wainwright, Major General Edward King surrendered the already tired, hungry, wounded, and disease-ridden soldiers that numbered to 76,000. During that time, General Douglas MacArthur was already in Australia, per instructions of U.S. President U.S. President Roosevelt, because he said that General MacArthur will be more valuable to the U.S. when he is alive and he is free. That's why he had to be relocated to a far place, safe from the eyes of the Japanese Imperial Army. So on March 11, he had to sail from Corregidor, going through the Mindoro Strait towards Mindanao, and flew to Australia. So General Edward King, who became like the commander in the Luzon Resistance Army, after fighting for 3 months from January 7 up to April 9 against orders of General MacArthur and General Wainwright, did not have much choice but to surrender the 76,000 soldiers. Of the 76,000, 12,000 were American soldiers and 64 were Filipino soldiers that were recruited by the USAFE to join and defend Bataan. During the time, Bataan was the last frontier before entry to Manila Bay through Corregidor. At that time, Manila had already been declared an open city. In short, all the armaments, the soldiers, and all other resistance people have been pulled out by MacArthur so that the city of Manila will not be the center of destruction. But despite of that, the Japanese did not honor. Why is Manila Bay very important to the Japanese? Because of the naval base that's located in the Manila Bay, which comes or makes the gateway not only for Luzon and Visayas, but also for Southeast Asia. Of the 76,000, they were assigned to Capas Tarlac, some 140 kilometers away from Bataan. Why did the Japanese choose Capas Tarlac, or particularly Camp O'Donnell, to be their prison camp for the 76,000? That is because Camp O'Donnell had been the Filipino Army training camp prior to the war, and the roads have been established
And also it is an isolated area. And most importantly, to destroy the spirits of their new POWs because of, by making them walk that far, they're trying to destroy the spirits of our soldiers. So in Kapas Tarlac, along the way, another 18,000 lives were lost and 4,000 were missing. For the 18,000 that were lost, those who cannot continue to walk or were weak or already disease-ridden were just either bayoneted or unshot or stabbed, or in some instances were reported to have been beheaded. In the next 3 years, in Camp O'Donnell, another 25,000 to 30,000 soldiers will be reported dead. An equally important story that I would like to tell today is that, did you guys know that there are 6 Victorianos who endured Bataan Death March on April 9, 1942? And I would like to tell you that number 1 is Delfin Lilgario Casañares, Roberto Silusi Angkan, brothers Asilo, Jimenez, and Intero Bangis. On the part of Intero Bangis and Asilo Jimenez, they were biological brothers and shared the same surname Bangis. However, when they signed up to the USAFE, their mother demanded to honor her own maiden family name and use Jimenez instead of Bangis. The reason why Asilo was renamed Asilo Jimenez, the family name that to this day his descendants still carry on. All 4 of them, Roberto Angkan, Delfin Casañares, Asilo Jimenez, and Intero Bangis, were recruited in Bago City to join the USAFE. After their training, they were sent to Bataan to defend and delay entry of the Japanese Imperial Army to Manila Bay through the Corregidor. However, since they also fell victim of the march, they joined the Bataan Death March. 3 of them were able to successfully escape except for 1, Intero Bangis, who was already weak and had contracted cholera at that time. He was the one who encouraged his 3 other comrades from Victorias to just find a way to escape. And when they found a pit, they immediately jumped into it and were able to successfully escape. Unfortunately, that was the last time they heard about Intero Bangis. So the 3, Delfin Casañares, Asilo Jimenez, and Roberto Angkan, went straight to Corregidor, where they received assistance from their fellow guerrillas there, were treated of their disease, and were assisted to go back home to Victorias, where they joined the Resistance Army here in Victorias City. After the war, Delfin Casañares and Asilo Jimenez continued their friendship up to old age. On the part of the 2 other Victoriasanon heroes of Bataan, namely Carlos Palanca and Almerio Palanca, they were the brothers of former Mayor Severo Palanca, former Mayor Remedios Bantu. Their mother, Doña Andrea Acuña Palanca, sent them to Manila, and they were in Manila when the war broke. Carlos Palanca joined the Resistance Army and became a captain of the Luzon Resistance Army. Because of the association of Almerio to his brother Carlos, he was also incarcerated, tortured, and eventually released, however, in exchange of the life of Carlos Palanca, who was executed. Today, I am very proud to present to you their descendants, the living proof of their heroism and their patriotism. We have with us former Punong Barangay of Barangay 7, the Honorable Delfin Casañares Jr., who is accompanied by his sister, Miss Adelaida Casañares, representing Delfin Legario Casañares Sr. And also we have with us today the sister-in-law of the late Roberto Selusi Angkan, the mother of the Pride of Victorias, our own General Angkan, who is the Sergeant-at-Arms of the Senate today. We have Mrs. Victoria Angkan. And also, we have the daughter of Asilo Jimenez and niece of Intero Bangis. We are being represented today by Mrs. retired policewoman Wilda Jimenez. For the part of Carlos Palanca and Almerio Palanca, we have with us no less than our City Mayor, the Honorable Javi Benitez. We have with us the Honorable Vice Mayor Junbi Bantug, and of course, City Councilor Derek Palanca. Not only that today we honor them, but we also honor the sacrifices that they have made so that today we have our freedom. In fact, we have a street in Victorias that is named Bataan Street to honor their heroism. And soon, God willing, and of course with the mayor's permission and the Sanggunian's enactment, through an ordinance that is being sponsored by Councilor Derek Palanca, Mayor, we are trying to make the major street in Cadalagan Village as Bataan Street in honor of our 6 Victoriasanon patriots who were part of the Bataan Death March in 1942, with your permission, of course. And also, on a different note today, I would like to, of course, commend our City Mayor, the Honorable Javi Benitez, for causing to construct our Victoria City World War II veterans in order for all Victoriasanons of all generations to be able to remember the sacrifices of our forebears who were there during World War II. And also, Mayor, for starting a tradition in Victorias of celebrating the Araw ng Kagitingan to honor our lost heroes and patriots, not just in Victorias but in the whole country. And finally, may the celebration of the Araw ng Kagitingan become a tradition, will be the beginning of a new tradition, a tradition of truly honoring our heroes for the sacrifices that they have made so that today we have our freedom. Mayong aga sa tanan, good morning, and ang Victorias. Salamat din.
Once again, thank you, Councilor Acuña, for